Oh, lights aren't on. There we go. Out of the gates and ready to go. Into the light, out of the darkness. Welcome in to this live edition of Seattle Seahawks Today. Powered by Chat Sports. Tyler Jones, your fearless leader, here with you. So glad to have you with us. We got a lot going on today. We're going to catch you up on the latest with NFL free agency, some visits for your Seattle Seahawks. We got some updates that we'll tell you about, as well as the individuals in just a little bit. Also, Cooper Kupp held his introductory press conference yesterday. We'll go over the highlights, what he had to say, react to it, coming up in a little while from right now. And we will do a Q&A rumors mailbag as well. Use hashtag Seahawks or Super Chat to get on the mailbag portion of today's show. As you guys file in, shout out your city. We'll shout you out as we get this show off and rolling here today. We're coming at you from the Chat Sports Studios in downtown Dallas, Texas, where it is very windy here in Dallas. We're going through a bit of a windstorm right now, but hey, we're doing what we can to hang in there and make the most of it. That's the plan, at least anyway, for us. Where are you guys at? Where are you guys watching from? Shout out your city. We'll show you some love as we continue with our free agency coverage. We're a week and a half in to NFL free agency, and we are just a week in to the new league year here on the program. I got Pat checking in from Bellingham. I got Steve J in Seattle. Tito is in Nashville, Tennessee. I got Dan in Canada. Let's see, we got LJ is in Texas. Ari's in Billings, Montana. Daniel's in Booney Lake, Washington. We got Copper Pro in New Orleans. Anthony in Cali. LP in Anchorage, Alaska. White Lightning in Wichita Falls. Rich is in Shelton. We got Zachary checking in from the 51st state in Vancouver, Canada. Brandon in Everett, Washington. We got Toronto in the chat. John in Lacey. Seth in Laverne. Michael in Honolulu. We got Maryland in Seattle. Ryan in Richmond. David in Knoxville. Matt in Carson City, Nevada. We got Sam in, where's Sam at? Mount Vernon, Washington. Chad says he can't hear me. I think everyone else can hear me. Let me know if you can confirm that. We got Manny and Aaron in Portland. Got White Lightning in Wichita Falls. Anthony in Cali. Got Brian in Linwood. Pablo Domingo in the house from South Carolina. Justin in Vancouver. Julie in Spokane. Mariners fan in San Francisco. Your boy Drizzy in St. Petersburg. Mike's Vision in Kington, Washington. Got Dalton in Washington. Osimo in Florida. Joseph in Orlando. Pablo's asking, how am I doing today? Doing great. Chad's in Spokane. David's in Montana. Tasty's in Utah. Patriot is, Michael is in California. Laro's in Yakima, the home of Cooper Kupp. Got Lalo is also in Yakima. Preston's in Tacoma. Dirty Earl in Vancouver. People are saying they can hear me. That's good. Maybe turn up your volume if you had a problem hearing me earlier. Ron is in Victoria, Washington. Sean in Washington as well. I see Tacoma, Utah. Everyone checking in from all over the place. Appreciate y'all being here with us. What was your favorite move the Hawks have made so far to this point in the offseason? Was it signing Cooper Kupp, what we're going to talk about later? Was it signing Sam Darnold or DeMarcus Lawrence? Was it trading away DK or Geno Smith or releasing Tyler Lockett? What was your favorite move to this point? Mine was the signing of Sam Darnold, personally speaking. You found your young franchise quarterback, and you got him on a team-friendly deal. I think that was a big win for Seattle to get him. What do you guys have to say? We got Ari saying trading Geno. Ryan says Darnold so far. What else? What are our other answers here? What are the moves that we like the most? I see Mark is saying bringing in Cooper Kupp. Coop de Loop. We'll talk about him coming up later. Prez says trading DK away. I got Joseph saying Lawrence and the D-line getting rid of DK. Evan says my favorite move is the next one. Daniel says trading Geno. I see DeMarcus Lawrence in there. We got Jason saying trading Geno. Brian says Sam Darnold. So a lot of different answers on that front there. Appreciate y'all answering that question for us and making that happen. Big Tex is here with me. He's on the ones and twos. You'll hear from him from time to time here on this live edition of Seahawks Today. If you would like a shout-out and would like some love and attention from Big Tex, we need you to spam S. We want to see as many S's as we can over this next minute. That'll wake up the algorithm, let people know we are here, that we're doing this live edition of Seahawks Today. Big Tex joining us, the man, the myth, the legend himself for the very first time.
That's right, that's me.
On this Wednesday. Texer, happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday, my guy.
You know how it is around here. We do happy hour Wednesdays here on the channel. What's going on in Big Texas world? How you feeling a week and a half into free agency?
Feels like things are starting to calm down a tiny bit, so that's it's nice to get like a little bit of a breather. We've had a lot of news. Geno Smith's gone. DK got traded. All that stuff on Seahawks has been pretty eventful. I'm not gonna lie. So it's nice to get a little bit of a holding pattern, if you will, a little bit of a calmer period. Obviously, we still want to see this, Seahawks sign someone like Teven Jenkins or more offensive line help. But for the most part, a lot of the big moves have already happened. So it's nice to get like a little bit of a calmer period before the draft.
Waiting on that second wave of free agency to kick in. And you got players doing visits, and we'll talk about that in a bit. And then the second wave will start to come in, and then the draft will be here pretty soon. If you'd like a shout from Big Tex, let's get it as many S's as we can over this next minute. I'll start spamming the S's right now, and a text will shout them out. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Copter Pro. Let's get those S's in there. Jason. Copter Pro and Jason. Let's go. I only see them in there. I need some more S's. Let's go. Come on. Copter. Sam. That's a new one. What up, Sam? Copter. Ryan. Copter. Jason. Michael. There we go. Steve. Jason. There we go. Get those S's in there. Yeah. Michael. Ari. Steve. Jason. Ryan. Imani. Steve. Copter. Steve. Little bro. Or big bro. I'm sorry. Aaron. Little Cap. Tasty. Justin. Ari. Danielle. Chad. Justin. Little Cap. Steve. Joseph.
About 15
Dan.
seconds. Keep
Tito.
going. Faster,
Ryan.
faster.
Little Cap. Chad. Justin. Dan. Ryan. Danielle. Chad. Tito. Joseph. Justin. Marilyn.
5 seconds.
Rylan. Rivian. Jamie. Aaron. Steve. Dan. Joseph. Finish strong. Imani. Justin. Aaron. Marilyn. Good stuff.
Great job, everybody. Thanks for getting in the chat and making that happen and getting the chat rate going a bit. We're at 40 likes right now. If you would like us to start today's show and for me to crack open my first cold can of Miller, then we need to get to, we're at 40 now. I'll say 75. I'll say 75 likes is the number we need to get to. When we get to 75 likes, then we will officially get this show started. Hit that like button. I'm seeing White Lightning saying we need Christian McCaffrey. Hell no. No, we do not. No, we do not. We do not want old white running backs that are injured. No thanks. And that would cost a lot of money, too. No way. We're going to kill that off right now. 75 likes, and we'll start today's show. We're at 54 right now. When you like the video, type me in the chat. We'll shout you out. Ryan says he just liked it. Thank you, Ryan. Big Bro says Tyler Jones for president. Hey, I would be a hell of a politician, but I do not want to put my family through that. So I will not be running for office anytime soon. I did get reached out by a political organization about 2 years ago asking me to consider serving my country, and they offered to run a campaign for me, but I politely declined. Steve says he's here, and he liked the video. Thank you, Steve. We're at 69 likes. Nice. Justin. Danny says, are you native? Yes. Part of the Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma. Yes, I am. Jefferton liked the video. Thank you. Michael liked the video. Dan liked the video. Vanessa says, I just liked it, Tyler. Thank you, Vanessa. I can always count on you, Vanessa. Much appreciated. Thanks for doing that. Super Chat menu today. Hot Yard says, or Justin says, run for class president. I was my freshman class president. That's the only time I've ever run for a campaign, and I won. So I have a 1-0 record in campaigns. So I went out on top. I have not run for office again and probably won't. First time Super Chatters get the Seahawks chant. $5, we'll do a beer cheers. $10, take some shots. $20, we'll spin the wheel of punishment. And then $50 in honor of one of the newest members of your Seattle Seahawks. We have a new item on the Super Chat menu. If you missed it on Monday, maybe you'll get to see it today, potentially. It is called 2 Girls, 1 Cup. And if you don't know what it is, you will not be disappointed. If you know what it is, no spoilers in the chat, but it is certainly worth the bang for your buck, folks. We have yet to receive a Super Chat today. A little slow start, but I would love for this thing to get crazy. If we reach $300 in Super Chats today, we will do a boot, which is 3 beers in 1. We drink it as fast as we can, and we have a great time here on today's show. So if you would like priority in the mailbag, send in a Super Chat. Your questions will get answered first in that mailbag segment. We'll be bringing you Super Chat or use hashtag Seahawks to get on today's show. Who is going to be the one? I will hold out for a moment and see who's going to get there first of who is going to send in the first Super Chat of the day. We're going to go crazy for whoever sends in the first Super Chat. I don't care if it's $1 or $100. The first one to get this party started is going to get a proper greeting from myself and Big Tex when you guys send in that first Super Chat. So we will wait a moment and see who it's going to be. Big Bro wants somebody to send in 50 for the 2 Girls, 1 Cup. Big Bro, could be you. Could be you. It sounds like it's calling your name, Big Bro. Maybe Big Bro needs to be the one out there, potentially. Maybe Big Bro, if $50 too steep, you can negotiate with somebody. You can put down 25. Somebody else can send in 25. Here we go. First Super Chat of the day. The one and only Gingerbread Man is back. That is the nickname we've given Cooper Kupp. I'm starting to get in Cooper Kupp, Sam Darnold. I'm getting in the nickname business these days. We're calling Sam Darnold the Gingerbread Man. I'm calling Jody Allen, the owner of the Seahawks, JoJo. That's my JoJo, Jody Allen. We'll come up with some more nicknames for some others. Mike Macdonald goes by Mike Mack. That's kind of his nickname, I guess. Cooper Kupp, it's easy. Coop de Loop. Let's go to Gingerbread Man with the first Super Chat of the day. Let's go, Gingerbread Man. Spam Gingerbread Man in the chat. Gingerbread Man coming in, wants to spin the wheel of punishment. Let's start with this from Gingerbread Man. I know you guys had seen the Cooper Kupp press conference. Honestly, just didn't like the guy because he was from the Rams. But I feel like he said almost everything right, in my opinion. I feel like he might bring an aura. I do love the idea of bringing an aura. It just sounds fun to say. Yes, I agree. And we're going to go through all his comments in our second segment today. And I got to tell you, you're going to like what you hear from your new starting wide receiver number 2. I think he's going to bring a presence that's going to be very welcome to this team. Good leader, good character. I'm excited to have him here. And you're absolutely right about that, Gingerbread Man. We'll get to that when we get to our second segment. More on that coming up in just a bit, Gingerbread Man. We'll include that in the mailbag as well. Let's spin the wheel of punishment. What's it going to be, my friends? And I do owe you some beer to be opened here with reaching 75 likes. So cheers, everybody. Let's spin the wheel. Woo. The first item on the wheel of punishment today is say something nice about DK Metcalf. He did a good job wearing the number 14. He did. He did the 14. He looked very good in the number 14. But Sam Darnold is going to look better in the number 14 than DK Metcalf. There you go. I said something nice about DK, but we still spun it around. It was kind of backhanded compliment of sorts there on DK. So I did say something nice about DK. For every $20 Super Chat, we spin the wheel of punishment here on today's show. A couple other Super Chats coming in. We'll get to. Quasi Abdul Aziz. I think I said that right. Who do you think is the new wide receiver 3? Well, at the moment, it would be MVS, which does not make me feel so good. That's a beer cheers for you. But I think that we're going to see somebody in the draft, a day 2 or day 3 pick, beat out MVS to be the number 3 receiver on this roster. I think for now it's MVS, but I don't expect him to hold that on for too long. We'll include that in the mailbag as well. Thank you, Abdul, for sending that $5 super chat. Much appreciated. $2 super chat coming in from Doug Stevens. Tex, I can't tell from my angle. Maybe you can see closer. What's he holding there? Is that a piece of pizza in his avatar? I love me some pizza, Doug. Doug, I could go for a slice right now. Give me some pepperoni pizza, good old New York slice. Sounds so good, make your tongue slap your brains out. Will we actually sign O-line players before the draft? I hope. And we're going to go through the visits here in just a bit of some players that Seattle is discussing. Teven Jenkins, Lucas Patrick, just to name a few. We'll go over that full list coming up in just a bit. Dillon Radunz, is that how it's said? Radunz. Dillon Radunz. Let me write that down. Dillon Radunz. We'll talk about those guys coming up with the visits. I think somebody is. I don't know who. I'm starting to lose faith on the Teven Jenkins thing after he left his visit in Seattle without a contract done. You always want your players on a visit, if you want to sign them, to sign right there and not go anywhere else. That doesn't make me feel too good that he left without a contract done. So, okay. Thank you, Doug, for that super chat. Back to the super chat menu. If you guys got any more super chats you want to send in real quick, we can react to it before we officially start today's show. Here is the super chat menu. Yeah. First-time super chatters get the Seahawks chant. $5, do a beer cheers. $10, take some shots. $20, spin the wheel of punishment. And $50, we'll give you a good old 2 girls, 1 cup. I hope that the audience today knows what I'm referencing when we say that, by the way. With Cooper Kupp here, you knew that we were going to bring that up. It's just too easy. And I'll say this as well. That tagline, 2 girls, 1 cup, we are workshopping a T-shirt to sell. How many people in the chat would be interested in buying a 2 girls, 1 cup Seahawks-themed shirt? I would, if we have enough people that are interested, we can make a shirt that says 2 girls, 1 cup about Cooper Kupp. I think it'd be pretty popular. I'd wear it on a watch party, but I need to have enough people in advance tell me that they would be interested. All right, Ari with the first-time super chat. This is a major bonk. This is a super chat here. I got to be careful what I say with this one. But it's a very fair question. I can't put that one on the mailbag, Ari, but I can answer it real quick, and we give you the first-time super chat. He says, ass or tatas. Oh. I'll give you the politically correct answer here. It's brains. I'm a brains man. If a girl asks you, are you an ass or tatas man, you say you're a brains man. That's the correct answer here. I'm not going to get in trouble for going into detail on that. I don't want to lose my job, but I'll be politically correct here, and I'll say I'm a brains man. More Bobo this year? I think you're going to get about the same Bobo you've gotten. Bobo is going to be your number 4, number 5 receiver, and that's going to be pretty much it. I don't expect much more out of Jake Bobo. I think he's kind of reached his ceiling. He's kind of peaked. Just kind of is who he is. Wild question there, Ari. That's hilarious. Maybe offline. Send me a DM or something. I'll give you a more detailed answer offline with that, Ari. But let's give you the chant for being a first-time super chatter. Everybody spam Ari in the chat. First-time super chat. That's one of the wildest first-time super chatters we've ever gotten here. Tex for Ari.
See.
Hawks!
See!
Hawks!
See!
Hawks! Let's go, Ari! Let's go, Ari! Spam Ari in the chat, one of the wildest first-time super chatters. That's hilarious. Hit me up on DM, at Tyler Jones Live, X and Instagram, and Ari, I'll give you a more detailed answer offline. But the politically correct answer, I'm a brains man. There you go. There is the super chat menu. First time super chatters get the Seahawks chant. $5 do a beer cheers. $10 we're taking some shots. $20 we'll spin the wheel of punishment. $50 we'll give you a little 2 girls, 1 cup action in honor of our new starting wide receiver, Cooper Kupp. Dollar sign next to the chat box if you would like to contribute. We will go ahead and get started. Yes. Okay. Radunz. Yes. Okay. Got it. All right. Well, we're ready to get started. Let's begin with our news and rumors. Then we'll react to the Cooper Kupp press conference. And then we will do a Q&A mailbag. Use hashtag Seahawks or Super Chat to get on the mailbag portion of the show. Let's go ahead and get started. Our first segment. Orchard, that's going to be a no. Look at Orchard's comment. That one's going to make you shake your head, Tex. The last comment that just came in. That's a
No, that's a doom.
That's a doom. No. You couldn't pay me enough money to do that. Sorry. I can't bring, and I can't get Big Tex involved on that either. Yeah. That's a big ask. All right. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. We'll begin with our news and rumors. Let's go to the visit tracker here on this edition of Seattle Seahawks Day, starting right now. You're watching Seattle Seahawks Today, powered by Chat Sports. Tyler Jones, your fearless leader, here with you. Thanks for joining us. We're going to break down the full list of players who have visited with the Seattle Seahawks and who are scheduled to among the free agent targets that are out there. We begin with the one that everybody knows, Teven Jenkins, offensive guard from the Chicago Bears, who began his career as a tackle, moved over to the guard spot, played a lot better in his last 3 seasons with the Chicago Bears. There are some injury concerns, but Seattle certainly could use all the help they can get on the offensive line at this point in time. With that said, Teven Jenkins left Seattle without a deal in place. That's not a great sign when it comes to bringing in Teven Jenkins. To kind of give an inside baseball perspective here, folks, when you bring these free agents in for a visit, if you want to sign them and have them on your team, in an ideal scenario, it doesn't always work out this way, but in an ideal scenario, you want them to sign right there and not take any visits elsewhere. Unfortunately, that's not what's happening with Teven Jenkins. Things could change, but it's not looking great, at least right now, in that circumstance. Another visit is Michael Gallup, the longtime Dallas Cowboys receiver, most recently played with the Las Vegas Raiders. He retired. Then he announced he was coming out of retirement, and he's looking for a new home. Michael Gallup, there's no way he's going to command much money. He is going to play for a very small amount wherever he goes, if he signs anywhere. It feels like a low-risk situation. I'm not going to sit here and say for certain that Michael Gallup even makes the team in training camp, but I don't see any issue with giving him a shot as one of the guys in the 90-man roster and see where he potentially goes from there. I don't think it's a bad idea to give Michael Gallup a chance. Another name, Lucas Patrick, who was most recently with the New Orleans Saints. He played under Clint Kubiak there in New Orleans in that offensive scheme, and this is somebody that did a pretty decent job there in that Saints offense last year, and he's been able to play multiple positions. Lucas Patrick, you're not going to have to break the bank for, might not be a bad idea for him. And then the last player on the list of visits includes Dillon Radunz, the offensive guard formerly of the Tennessee Titans. And he's another guy that is very flexible. He can play 4 positions on the offensive line, which you can't say too much about, and we've talked about it. It's been a constant theme on this program over the last several weeks that we're just looking for the best 5 guys to put on the offensive line. That whether it's positionless, that you're just trying to find the best 5 guys and make it work. And a guy like Radunz could potentially help you out in that sense of finding a spot and just letting him work. If you had to pick one to sign between these 4, who would you roll with? Would you rather go with Teven Jenkins, Lucas Patrick, Michael Gallup, or Dillon Radunz? Who would it be? Type TJ for Teven Jenkins, type LP for Lucas Patrick, MG for Michael Gallup, DR for Dillon Radunz. Weigh in the comment section. Let us know which one you would choose from. We are closing in on 65,000 subscribers here on Seattle Seahawks today. Less than 300 away from reaching that next milestone. We are continuing to cover free agency as the second wave is upon us. We'll break down every single signing that happens for your Seattle Seahawks, whether we bring you a video here in studio, go live with our weekly live shows, or if it's something back home in the Jones Zone. We're going to cover it all here on the channel. And we're bringing you more content than ever before, sometimes 2 and 3 videos a day, in addition to our Q&A mailbags. This is your one-stop shop for all things Seahawks, the most comprehensive Seahawks channel on the internet. Subscribe now for free, youtube.com/SeahawksTV. You'll be glad you did. All right, let's talk Teven Jenkins first off. Free agent, we mentioned most recently with the Bears, began his career with the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Pistols firing. Touchdown, Oklahoma State. The second-round pick was an all Big 12 selection out of OSU in 2021, and just prior to that 2021 draft, rather. And got off to a slow start there with Chicago, but then started to find his footing as he moved in the guard position. Started a lot of games, 38 to be exact, with 45 career games played. But there is a bit of an injury issue with Teven Jenkins. And there's also been discussions that, hey, not only is there an injury issue, he's had problems making it through the entirety of games of playing every snap. But when he's out there, he's been good. His overall grade last season, solid, 75.4. Pass block grade, 75.8. Run block grade, 74.3. He gave up 4 sacks and was called for 4 penalties last year. But taking it a step further, he only allowed 1 hit and 12 hurries, and was good in pretty much every one of the measurables. And of these visits that the Seahawks have had, he's at the top of my list. He is the number 1 target in my book that I would like to see Seattle sign. I think he is the best player that they are talking to, and you're not going to have to pay him a ton of money compared to how expensive the guard market has become. I would like to see the Seahawks find a way to bring in Teven Jenkins. We'll see. Up next is Michael Gallup, previously with the Las Vegas Raiders and the Dallas Cowboys. And he had a few good seasons in Dallas, 2 seasons with at least 800 yards receiving, 1 year where he had over 1,000 yards, a lot of experience, 86 career games played with 67 starts. However, he did not play a single snap in 2024. There's 2 ways to look at that. He could either be rusty or he could be fresh, one of the 2. Last time we saw him on the football field, he was getting anywhere between 418 to 445 yards and in that 34 to 39 catch range. If he could do that as your number 4 or number 5 receiver, I think that would be just fine. And it can't hurt, I think, to bring in Michael Gallup here, because if he's not up to speed, you don't have to guarantee him any money. Then you potentially move on from him before the season begins. I think that Michael Gallup would be more than welcome to come to Seattle and see if he still has something left in the tank at this point. Who's a player the Hawks should sign? Give me a name in the comment section that you would like to see in Seattle in 2025. Weigh in and let us know. I got new merchandise, my friends. You all been waiting for it. Cooper Kupp jerseys are on sale now with free shipping. Yes, you heard that right. Chatsports.com/Kupp is where you can get your Cooper Kupp jerseys. He will wear the number 10 in Seattle, the same number he wore with the Los Angeles Rams. You're going to want to get these now because they are going hot, and you want to take advantage of the free shipping. You will look like the coolest kid in town wearing a Cooper Kupp jersey of the hometown guy, somebody that is one of the new guys around here. You'll be looking fresh. You'll be looking dapper this season with a Cooper Kupp jersey. So you need to get one now. Chatsports.com/Cup. Link is in the comments and description of today's video to get yours now. We also have other Seahawks merchandise available at that same link, including Sam Darnold jerseys as well. Chatsports.com/Cup to get yours today. Let's tell you about Lucas Patrick now. He has played for 3 teams, including the New Orleans Saints, the Chicago Bears, and the Green Bay Packers. Has experience at both the guard and the center position. He's played in 107 career games with 64 starts in his career. And Lucas Patrick is not expected to cost whatever team he goes to a ton of money. And you look at the statistics last year in the 3 major categories, they weren't bad. 64.6 overall grade, 60.3 pass block grade, run block grade of 66.3. Didn't allow a sack, did get called for 6 penalties this past season. Also didn't allow a single hit as well. Did give up about 10 hurries on that front. I like the flexibility with Lucas Patrick. With the fact that he can play multiple positions, I can find a spot for him. Even if he just ends up being a backup. If he gets beat out, then that's fine too. That means that somebody else has stepped up to the table and he's pushing them to do their job better. I think Lucas Patrick makes a ton of sense to add to this team, and somebody that already knows the scheme that's worked well with Clint Kubiak. I like the idea of bringing him in. Who is your favorite addition that Seattle has made so far in NFL free agency? If you had to give me a name, who would it be and why? Get in that comment section. Give me the name that comes to mind. Next up, we find Dillon Radunz, the former offensive guard from the Tennessee Titans. And I say offensive guard, but he's played both guard and tackle in this league. 54 career games played with 31 starts there, all with the Tennessee Titans. And this is somebody that's totally under the radar. From what I understand, Seattle is very interested in Dillon Radunz, that they liked what they saw, the scouting report, the information that they found on him. His grades overall, a 57.0. Pass block grade, much better than his run block grade, 63.9. And that run block grade there, a 53.6. He's another one similar to Lucas Patrick with the ability to play different positions. There's a spot for him somewhere on this team, especially as a guy that can play 4 spots, that has experience playing left tackle, left guard, right guard. He's done everything except play the center position. Who knows? Maybe he'll learn to snap or something. But for me, he's an intriguing, under-the-radar guy that could fit what Seattle's looking to do on that front. Appreciate you joining us. We'll continue to stay up to date with everything going on here in NFL free agency on the channel. If any one of these guys sign or somebody else, we're going to be the first to react to it and give you our thoughts and analysis on the signing. So don't go anywhere. Subscribe now to Seattle Seahawks Today for free. YouTube.com/Seahawks TV. I'm Tyler Jones. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. All right. It is time for another edition of Who He Play For. On Monday's show, I went 1 for 3 on Who He Play For. Big Tex is back, and we are going to do this again and see if I can do any better on this edition of Who He Play For. And
That's right.
We'll catch up on Super Chats and the Super Chat menu in a moment, but let's do this first. Tex, our host of this segment.
Yes, sir.
Tex, take it away. Let's get started with our first contestant here.
Up first, we have Matt Hack. He is a punter. I will not tell you what time he signed with. I said that backwards. Pardon me. I will not tell you what team he signed with. That is your opportunity to weigh in.
All right, so Matt Hack, former Giants punter.
Yes, sir.
Where did he sign? Who he played for? Chat, get your guesses in. Who signed Matt Hack? And I got to guess where he ultimately ended up. I'll be honest, I haven't paid much attention to special teamers in free agency.
Gave you a tough one.
Yes. Let's see here. I'm trying to think of some of the signings. I know Tampa Bay re-signed their punter, so it's not Tampa. Who was in the market for punters?
I'll give you a hint. It's an AFC team.
It's an AFC team. I was thinking AFC team. Chat, get your guesses in. Who signed Matt Hack? I'm going to go the Indianapolis Colts.
Well, I feel like it's close, but that's wrong.
Okay.
You were actually close in terms of, I don't want to give it away because if I say what it is, it's going to be so obvious. So wrong, but.
Has anyone in the chat guessed correct?
Let me take a look. Let's see.
Get your guesses in. Who signed Matt Hack?
No, that's wrong, Ring. Big Bro, no, that's wrong. Boskin, no, that's wrong. Big Bro, nope, wrong. Big Bro, wrong again. No, Dan Jones, wrong.
So nobody in the chat has got it.
Nobody yet. I tried to get a tougher one, more obscure one. Nothing
Okay.
more obscure than a punter.
So it's somebody in the AFC, and it's not the Indianapolis Colts. But you said I'm close. Let me go. Let's try Tennessee Titans.
Nope.
Okay. All right. What's the answer then? I struck out twice.
Denver Broncos. The reason I said it was close is because the mascot is basically the same.
The horse.
Yeah, a horse.
Okay, so I'm wrong on that. The Denver Broncos was the answer. Did anyone get it in the chat? I don't think anyone got it. So we all missed. We all missed that one. That's okay. We'll play again after our next segment. Let's catch up on Super Chats. I saw our guy Beta YT checking in. Been a while since I've seen a Super Chat from Beta. Beta YT wants to spin the wheel of punishment. Beta, good to see you, my guy. Been too long. Beta, I feel like I'm on top. I'm pretty much on top of Seahawks news. I don't know if he's got my Twitter notifications on, but every time there's breaking news from like Schefter or Rap Sheet, he tags me in the tweet to make sure I saw it. He's always looking at it. He is a real one to a T, and keeps us up to date. Make sure we're on top of our game here. Yo, go Hawks! Also, Tyler, we still up for that college football 25 101? Hey, I'm down. You name the time and place. And I'll square up my Kansas Jayhawks against your Clemson Tigers. And although in that game in real life I would not feel good about, I feel very good about that head-to-head matchup in college football 25. Beta, you know where to find me. We can make that happen. Let's spin the wheel of punishment. What's it gonna be? Big money. Da 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 da. Oh no. This is the worst one. All right, I got to raise my right hand until we get a $20 Super Chat. Got to raise my right hand until we get a $20 Super Chat. And I'll tell you this much, folks. I can't be doing a segment like this. I don't think Tex is going to allow that as the executive producer of this show. So if you want, now there's two things for this, all right? If you send in a 20, I can put my arm down, and you can spin the wheel of punishment, and we can do the next segment. So basically, we're being held hostage right now. We are being held hostage. I have to keep my arm up. We can't do the next segment until we get a $20 Super Chat. So if you would like to hear about what Cooper Kupp said in his press conference yesterday, his introductory press conference, and to hear my thoughts, we got to get a $20 Super Chat. That's where we're at right now. We're close to $50 in Super Chats. We got to get to 300 to do a boot today. We did a lot of boots last week. Haven't done one this week yet, but we can see if you guys can change that $sign next to the chat box, and we'll see what happens there. There we go. Beta YT, thank you. Thank you. Beta wants the segment to happen. We'll throw up Beta's Super Chat, and then we'll spin the wheel of punishment again. Beta coming in hot. Beta, you never know when he's going to have a big performance. And then when he shows up, he makes his presence known and goes all out in the show. We will definitely, Beta, make this college football 25 challenge happen. We'll get to Beta's next super chat. Another one. I love it, Beta. Beta's a real one. Appreciate you, Beta. He's not a beta. He's an alpha in my book. Let's spin the wheel of punishment. Again for Beta. And, he said, can't have my man suffering like that. He was looking out. I didn't have to have my arm up very long. Spin. Here we go. What's it going to be this time? It's going to be close. Oh, I got to say something nice about DK Metcalf. Man, let's see. What can I say nice about DK Metcalf? Here's what I'll say. Here's something nice I'll say about DK Metcalf. I know some of you didn't like DK, and understandably so. But of the problems with this Seahawks team last year, I would say DK was not one. Sure, he had his antics here and there, but there was still a whole lot more good than bad that Seattle got from DK Metcalf. The offensive line was an issue. Geno and his red zone turnovers was a big issue. The lack of run game. Of all the problems, DK was not a problem last year. He was not a problem. You cannot blame DK for that team missing the playoffs last year. It was not DK's fault. I'm not going to blame DK Metcalf. That'll be something I'll say nice about DK Metcalf there. So there you have it. That's a couple spins on the wheel of punishment. There's the Super Chat menu. First time Super Chatters get the Seahawks chant. $5, do a beer cheers. $10 for taking shots. $20, spin the wheel of punishment. Waiting to see who's going to take us up on Two Girls, One Cup today. $50 Super Chat. We can make that happen. $sign next to the chat box. We're close to $70 right now. We got to get to $300 to potentially get to a boot before the end of the day. Let's go ahead and get to segment number 2. Cooper Kupp held his introductory press conference on Tuesday of this week. We will tell you what he had to say. We'll share our thoughts and react to it coming up as we continue here on this live edition of Seattle Seahawks Today. Tyler Jones, Big Tex here with you. Yes, Tex. Prize picks, daily fantasy made easy. Speaking of which, I need to actually change something. I accidentally wrote Fanatics in there. Yes. That's still a good one. I just need to add my script in there. Give me about 2 seconds, folks, and we'll get this second segment started. Prize Picks, our sponsor for this second segment. We'll tell you all about them here in just a moment. All right, there we go. Now we're good to go. Segment 2, let's talk Cooper Kupp. Reaction to his press conference on Tuesday. We'll tell you about it as we roll along and continue here on this live edition of Seahawks Today. Tyler Jones, Big Tex here with you. Segment 2 starts right now. Cooper Kupp held his introductory press conference this week where he said a number of things, and all very positive. I'm excited to see what he's bringing to this Hawks team in 2025. We're going to let you hear directly from Cooper Kupp of what he said, and we'll react to it and share our thoughts coming up in just a moment. Tyler Jones, your fearless leader, here with you. Thanks for joining us. Always a pleasure. Anytime I get the chance to chat with the 12s. I love being the voice of you guys and getting to be the spokesperson for you. You don't have to agree with everything I say, but I enjoy the conversations that we get to have on this channel each and every day. And where I want to start first, all right, are you excited about the signing of Cooper Kupp? I'm excited. Welcome, Mr. Triple Crown. Better than Secretariat. Like the video if you're excited for Cooper Kupp signing with Seattle. I'm sure there's some people close to Cooper Kupp that are watching today's show with all his connections to the state of Washington, with his family, friends, whatever it may be. Let's let our voices be heard loud and clear. If you're excited about Cooper Kupp, want to give him a warm welcome from the 12s, hit that like button. We'll get started with today's show. Cooper Kupp sounds off. He had a lot to say in his introductory press conference on Tuesday of this week as he talked about his goals and his future with this organization, and he also reflected on his departure from the LA Rams as well. Here is a photo of Cooper Kupp holding the jersey there at the news conference. Looking good, too. I like that jacket, those shoes. Cooper Kupp bringing some swag with him to Seattle. He also put this post on X, said the following: "Hi, my name is Cooper, and I enjoy spending time with my family, playing football, and drinking coffee. Oh, and I play for the Seattle Seahawks." Cooper, I love all that. Family man, loves to play football and drink coffee. I got some coffee right here. Cooper, did we just become best friends? I love it. Welcome to Seattle, Cooper Kupp. Welcome home, our new friend. So, here's some takeaways from what Cooper Kupp had to say. Talked about coming home. This real homecoming for him to play for the state that he grew up in. He talked about how cool it is that he's going to have the state of Washington on his side. And here's more from what he had to say specifically. Being here, the communities that we've been a part of: Yakima, Tri-Cities, Spokane, Cheney. To now be a part of a professional sports team here in Seattle, it feels like a full circle moment. And it is a full circle moment. This has the makings of a storybook ending. This is not only Cooper Kupp getting to come home and play in front of his family and friends and finish his story in that sense, but also staying in the division after he was rejected by the LA Rams and now gets to play for the division rival and play against those guys twice a year. More on that later, by the way. The excitement, the energy is there. I can't wait to see what he does. Do you believe in Cooper Kupp? Coop de loop. Do you believe? Type B for believe, D for don't. Get in that comment section. Let us know if you believe in Kupp or not. We are covering the Seattle Seahawks each and every day on Seahawks Today. We're bringing you 2 and 3 videos a day here on the channel. Live shows twice a week. Breaking news, Q&A mailbags. We are your one-stop shop for all things Seattle Seahawks, the most interactive Seahawks channel around, and we're closing in on 65,000 subscribers, less than 300 away from reaching that next mark. If you love the Seattle Seahawks, if you love Cooper Kupp, I got good news for you. You've come to the right place. You need to subscribe now for free. Turn on notifications so you stay up to date throughout the rest of the offseason right here on the channel, youtube.com/SeahawksTV. Number 2 on takeaways from the Cooper Kupp press conference, he talked about the winning culture that's here in Seattle and how he wants to be a part of taking this team that next step, and the belief that he has in the coaching staff and the front office. Kupp said this: "The biggest thing is just the people that this organization has brought in." That was the selling point that Coach Mike brought, that John had talked about. It was about the people. All the players I talked to, just the culture of this organization, the winning culture of this organization. That's something I wanted to be a part of. It's that culture. It's a culture of winning. For a long time, the 12s have made this a renowned environment to play in. It's always something you prepared for when you came up here. It was my favorite thing walking out of the locker room and breathing the Northwest air. It's like, man, this is just a special place to be. You go out there, you've got fans creating such an electric environment. They're always been cheering against me. Now I get to be a part of that. He's bought in, folks. I mean, he said the Northwest air. And those of you that know, there is something different about that Northwest air, folks. He's not lying about that. He's spot on. And the championship culture. Look, I know Pete Carroll's long gone now. He's doing his thing in Vegas. But one of the things I credit Pete for was the expectation around here changed a lot. And there is a culture, there is a way of doing things. We expect success. And Cooper Kupp sees how things have gone the last several years. And with what Mike Macdonald is doing, what John Schneider is doing, and he's saying, look, I've been there, done that before. We can do that here. And we got the culture, we got the mentality, we can do it here. He's all in. Before we go any further in today's program, let's tell you about our sponsor. That is Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the place to go for daily fantasy made easy. Here's how it works. You choose 2 or more players on any given category. Get the choice of more or less. Whether you're talking fantasy points, maybe it's rebounds in basketball, goals in hockey, all sorts of different categories to choose from. Prize Picks is the best place to win cash while watching sports. Join over 10 million users and sign up today. On Prize Picks, you can mix and match player projections from different sports. Combine your favorite basketball players with players from baseball, hockey, esports, and much more. The app is really easy to use. To create a lineup, all you have to do is pick more or less on a few player stats for your shot to win up to 1,000 times your money. PrizePicks offers Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, and more for quick and easy deposits into your account this sports season. Download the app today. Use code CLNS to get $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. You heard that right. Use code CLNS. Get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. We got the big dance starting this week. And I got to tell you, I'm so excited. This is one of my favorite times of the year. You guys know I went to the University of Kansas, Rock Chalk Jayhawk, baby. Although I don't feel so great about my Jayhawks these days. But I couldn't pass on the opportunity to put a little big dance prize picks together. Of course, I'm rolling with the National Player of the Year, Johnny Broom, and a couple others. I put $20 down on this, and it hits. That turns into $100 on prize picks. Play along with us, prizepicks.com/CLNS, promo code CLNS. The link is in the comments and description of today's video. Prize Picks, proud partner of Seattle Seahawks today. Check them out. You'll be glad you did. Now, let's get to the juicy stuff that you've been waiting for. So you may recall, it was Super Bowl week. Yours truly, I was at Super Bowl opening night in New Orleans when this news broke that the Rams were moving on from Cooper Kupp. They informed him. They told him directly, you are not coming back. We are either going to trade you or release you. And then a few weeks later, free agency starts. They couldn't get a trade done, and he was released. And I'll be honest, that was tough. I understand it's a business decision, but Cooper Kupp was a guy that was a great teammate, great leader. He was very loyal to the LA Rams, helped them win a Super Bowl, and they showed him the door and said, get the hell out of here. And Cooper Kupp didn't really want to leave Los Angeles. And honestly, I can't blame him. Rams are a good organization. He's not living the life that some people live in LA. I imagine things were going pretty good for him. And they kick him out just like that. Not much class in how they handled the situation. Kupp got pretty emotional when talking about his release from LA. He said this, I'm sure they have their reasons for why they want to do things. Whatever it is, not a ton of clarity in that regard. But at the end of the day, I'm thankful to be able to walk away from that organization and be able to look back on all of those memories, all those experiences, all those things that we were able to go through together in the relationships that we had with so many people there, and look at it in a positive light and be very thankful for my time in Los Angeles. So that is the nice way of saying they screwed me over, and I'm not happy about it. He took the high road. Look, sometimes it's not easy to take the high road. You don't always have the address of where you need to go taking the high road. But, hey, he found the address to take the high road. And with that said, I applaud him for carrying himself that way. But you can see it in his eyes. This is personal. When he heads back to Los Angeles, when the Rams come to L.A., he's going to want to show them what they're missing. And he's going to play with an edge, a little chip on his shoulder. And I'm excited about it. I think that only helps out Seattle, that you get a motivated Cooper Kupp in that sense. Was the Cooper Kupp signing your favorite? And you can be honest with me. If it's not, that's fine. Maybe you like Sam Darnold, DeMarcus Lawrence more. That's okay, too. Was it your favorite signing? Y for yes, N for no. Tell me what you guys think, whether it was your favorite signing or not. Number 4 on our list of takeaways from Cooper Kupp's press conference. He is fully embracing second-year head coach Mike Macdonald. Mike Macdonald had a very good first year in Seattle, winning 10 games for the first time this organization has done so in a number of years. And he is thought of as one of the rising stars in the coaching ranks. And it was interesting with Mike Macdonald. He came in, and we mentioned earlier, there was already established culture there, but he was known for pushing his players a bit, being a bit of a hard ass, but in a respectable way. And from everything that Cooper Kupp has seen, from his conversations with Mike Macdonald, he's excited to work with him. Here's more from Cooper Kupp. That will be interesting in regards to working with Macdonald. I know there's so many different ways that people do it. I'm not sure how involved Mike is on the offensive side of things or how he does things, but I'm looking forward to it. I've only heard all the guys here love him. It's a good start. That's a good start. And from what we've seen, last year with Ryan Grubb as the offensive coordinator, Mike was still very involved on the offensive side. And he talked a lot about Geno and DK and JSN and the running backs and all that. Mike is not a guy that's just ignoring what's going on in the offense because that's not his area of expertise. And if you need another example of that, he fired Ryan Grubb after winning 10 games. He saw what was going on with that offense and said, that's not what I want on my team. So I think you'll be hearing plenty about Macdonald and Cooper Kupp and trying to find themselves be on the same page there. I would expect him to be involved there. Last on our takeaways, you may have been wondering, what jersey number is Cooper Kupp going to wear in Seattle, especially with Uchenna and Nwosu already wearing the number 10? Well, folks, we got a deal that's been made. Cooper Kupp will wear the number 10 in Seattle, the same number he wore with the Los Angeles Rams, as he worked out a deal with Uchenna and Nwosu. Here's what he had to say on Nwosu. He's got a foundation that's doing some really good stuff here in the community, and that was important for him to have that be part of this exchange. He was great to work with, and I was able to donate to his foundation and make sure that he felt good about it. Hey, that's a great story. That's a great way to make your teammates happy, to win the defensive guys over as well. And honestly, Uchenna, he ought to just be happy to be here at this point. He almost got cut a couple weeks ago. So I'm sure he doesn't mind too much giving up that number 10 jersey. He's just glad to have a job at this juncture. But nonetheless, great story. Glad that they could benefit a charity and help out Uchenna's cause here. I think that's fantastic. So very good stuff there. If you enjoyed today's show, want to show some love to Cooper Kupp, hit the like button on the video. I'm Tyler Jones. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time here on Seahawks Today. All right. So, it is round 2 of Who He Play For. Tex, whenever you're ready, take it away, my friend, of round number 2. I went 0 for 1 last time. And this time, Tex, you're giving us another former New York Giant?
That's right. There we go. I'm sorry.
There we go. Now Tex is with us. Tex, take it away. We got another Giant, do we here?
That's right.
Another former Giant.
That's right. Running back Jacob Johnson. I believe he's running back. Yeah, running back Jacob Johnson. Either tight end or running back. I think he's actually tight end. But yeah, tight end Jacob Johnson.
Jacob Johnson.
Yes.
Who he played for. Chat, get your guesses in. I will not look at the chat. Who did Jacob Johnson sign with? Ooh, okay. I will take a guess here in a moment. Chat, get your guesses in. I'm not going to look. I'm not going to cheat. But something tells me, Tex, I'll be honest, I don't know this, but just off the top of my head, I'm going to go Arizona Cardinals.
Nope.
How far off was I?
Very.
Very, okay.
The only thing that they have in common with the correct team is they're in the same conference. That's right. That's
okay.
about it.
So it's an NFC team.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Or no, it's an AFC team. Sorry, I forgot. The Cardinals are in the NFC. My fault.
Yes. Okay. So it's an AFC team.
AFC team. Yes, sir.
And I was way off, so I think I got to go migrate back to the East.
Yep.
Jacob Johnson. Who did he sign with? Chat, get your guest is in. I'm not going to look. It wasn't the Arizona Cardinals. Let's.
No, AFC team, the Hawks. Sorry, my fault. It can't be Green Bay. They're an NFC team. It's got to be an AFC team. AFC.
AFC team. Give me the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Nope.
All right, I went 0-2. Does anybody in the chat have it?
Let me take a look. Oh, yeah. I see one. One person's got it right.
One person got it right. Who's the one that got it right, Tex?
Two people have it right now. Dalton and Michael.
Dalton, Michael. The
Michael
answer is the Houston Texans.
That's right.
Is the answer. And I'm 0-2, so I failed today. And we
gave you some tough ones.
You did. You went tough. Tex is tough. Tex tough. Built Tex tough.
Oh. Something like that.
All right. Super chat menu.
Yep.
We're just short of $70 right now. We got to get to 300 to get to Das Boot today. We have yet to see anybody take us up on the 2 Girls 1 Cup. If you don't know what that is, you will not be disappointed. But you got to send in a $50 super chat for it to happen. Dollar sign next to the chat box. $20 will spin the wheel of punishment. $10 take some shots. $5 do a beer cheers. First time super chats get the Seahawks chant. We are going to do a mailbag in a moment. I need you guys to send in your questions. Use hashtag Seahawks or super chat to get your questions. Super chats will get priority. I think, Tex, we could still use a number of questions. We could still use a number of questions. Like ripped, that's a good question, but you didn't use the hashtag Seahawks. Okay. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Hashtag Seahawks or Super Chat. I'm going to put about a minute on the clock. Give me 4 questions. Give me 4 questions, and then we begin this mailbag segment. 4 questions. I don't care who they come from. Whether we get questions from Seahawks on Top or Seth. Seahawks on Top's got one. Very good. Who else has got questions? I got about a minute on the clock. I need about 3 more questions. Who is going to help us out? Let's see. Nate says, fine, I'll explain, even though you could watch Tyler Jones and other Seahawks media explain this, but I digress. I don't know what you're talking about. Dogzilla, why didn't you use the hashtag Seahawks? How many times do I have to tell you? Goodness. How many times? I got 2 questions in. I need 2 more. 2 more, then we can start this situation. Yes, that's a good question. Boskin's got one. There we go. Yeah, that's a good one. And Mikey's got a question. Okay, so we got some questions in there. Very good. Very good. That's from yesterday. That's from my Gingerbread Man had the first super chat today. All right. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. It is mailbag time. I want some trade ideas, too. I want some trade ideas that you guys got out there of some players that come to mind. Give me some potential trade ideas that you have. Hashtag Seahawks or Super Chat for this mailbag, this post-free agency mailbag. We'll answer your questions. Let's see. Dogzilla, what are you talking about my JoJo? What'd my JoJo do? That's my JoJo, Jody Allen. Hashtag Seahawks or Super Chat to get out of the mailbag. I believe we're just about ready to get started. There you go. Give me a trade idea. Give me a trade rumor, whatever you guys got on your mind. I want to hear some trade ideas.
We're about to start, but we can pop them up as they come in. So feel free to send them as we're going, and we'll pop them up.
If you guys think of more as we're going along, if you got a follow-up question or something, send them our way.
Yep.
Send them our way. All right. Without further ado, folks, Let's get to our third segment, our final segment of the day, mailbag time. Hashtag Seahawks or Super Chat to get on the mailbag portion of today's show. Let's continue. Our final segment here on Seahawks Today. Let's get started right now. It is mailbag time here on Seattle Seahawks Today. It is our post-first wave of NFL free agency mailbag. A lot to dissect, and there's still plenty of rumors going on out there, especially when it comes to some trade ideas. I'll be honest, I kind of already took a sneak peek into the mailbag, and some of you are talking about potentially trading up for Travis Hunter, maybe a trade for Kyle Pitts. Let's go ahead and dive in and get started here on Seahawks Today. Gingerbread Man with a $20 super chat writes in. I know you guys had seen the Cooper Kupp press conference. Honestly, just didn't like the guy because he was from the Rams. But I feel like he said almost everything right in my opinion. I feel like he might bring some aura. Yes, he will bring some aura to him, to this Seattle Seahawks team. And he's been part of a championship team. He's a great leader. He's a very good receiver. He's a good blocker. He does all the little things right. He carries himself well. Cooper Kupp is the type of guy you would want your daughter to marry. I can't say anything but positive things about Cooper Kupp. And I think he's going to be a natural fit for what Seattle wants to do. And I cannot wait. And hopefully he stays healthy, because if he does, then you're going to be doing really good. And one of the things I took away from that press conference, and we did a video on it this week, was that Cooper Kupp's coming in hungry. He doesn't like the way things ended with the LA Rams when he was shown the door. He's got a little chip on his shoulder, a little edge to him. But he's not cocky. He's confident about it. I can't wait. Thank you, Gingerbread Man. Abdul Aziz says, who do you think is the new wide receiver 3? At the moment, it is MVS. Ugh. Hopefully not for long. You may know I'm not the biggest fan of MVS. That's a whole other topic for another day. We can go in more detail on that another time. But I think the answer, when it's all said and done, of who will be the wide receiver 3 will be somebody in the draft, whether it's a day 2 or a day 3 pick. I don't think it's going to be very hard to beat out MVS to be the number 3 receiver and to take on that role. But for now, it's MVS. Hopefully not for long. Abdul Aziz, we'll see. Doug with a $2 super chat. Doug. I loved that show, Doug, on Nickelodeon back in the day. Great show. That one kid with the football head. Will we actually sign offensive line players before the draft? Well, at the time of this recording, this is Wednesday, and there has not been much done on the offensive line front. I am hopeful. I am optimistic. It needs to happen, because you cannot solve all of your offensive line problems through the draft. It can help, but it can't solve them all. You're going to need a combination between free agent signings and players in the draft to get this offensive line where it needs to be. So, Doug, I think so, but I've been disappointed by John Schneider before, one too many times, actually. So, we'll wait and see. It's a fair question, Doug. I'm hopeful, but I'll believe it when I see it. Folks, I want to make sure not only you're subscribed to your favorite channel on YouTube, Seattle Seahawks Today, with your fearless leader, Tyler Jones, but also that you have your notifications turned on. That way, when we have new content, breaking news, a live show, you pull out your phone, you get the noti, and it says Seahawks Today, new video, live show, whatever, and you push that button, and boom, you're there, and you get to see my lovely face talking about your favorite team. That sounds like a win-win if you ask me. So go ahead and subscribe now. Turn on notifications. Join the Noti Gang. That way you're the first to know when we have new content right here on the channel. Subscribe for free. YouTube.com/Seahawks TV. Hit that Noti bell. If you're part of the Noti Gang, spam Noti Gang in the comments section. We'll continue with today's show. Hawks till I die. All right, Sin. Could the Seahawks trade up for Travis Hunter? Ooh, this is going to get some people riled up. Let me just start with Travis Hunter. I like Travis Hunter a lot. I remember a mock draft many, many months ago from Mel Kiper Jr. that projected Seattle taking Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter's stock has gone up, and that does not look like it is possible for Seattle to draft Travis Hunter. But a trade, well, it's a little expensive. You're going to have to likely go up into the top 3, at least the top 5, to get Travis Hunter. And then you have to ask yourself, is he a receiver or is he a DB? His receiving numbers, fantastic last year. He was great. 1,300 yards, 15 touchdowns. He is the Shohei Ohtani of college football. Once-in-a-generation talent. Unbelievable what he did with that Colorado team. And it was great on both sides. But I think that he is more of a corner at the next level than he is a receiver. And I can't imagine too many teams, Seattle included, allowing Travis to play both ways full time. I think his best bet is to play defensive back full time, and then maybe you let him get involved in special teams. Maybe he's on the field for some 4 and 5 wide receiver packages when you need to run a no-huddle offense, when you need to spread out the field. He could be used in that way, but I highly doubt he is going to be a full-time receiver at this next level. With that said, I would like Travis Hunter on this team, and he'd be awesome. And I would say, of anyone in this draft that's got the best shot to make the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio, Travis Hunter's probably got the best chance of any player in this draft. He's that good. But it's going to cost you an arm and a leg, and Seattle cannot afford to give up an arm and a leg to move up as high as it would take to get Travis Hunter at this point. Should the Seahawks trade up for Travis Hunter? Type T for trade up, P for pass. What do you think about that idea to bring Travis Hunter to Seattle? Weigh in our pinned comment today. Let us know what you think. Seahawks on top, writes in, how much cap space do we have left? So, the latest number that I have for you, courtesy of the folks at Spotrac, and this changes every day. This is as of this recording on Wednesday from our live show. $61.7 million is the number that Spotrac is reporting. I don't know how accurate that is because this stuff's changing by the minute. But if it's true that they actually have over $61 million, John needs to start spending. Start cashing in those checks and paying some guys. But you do think about it. You got to save at least $10 million for the draft. John has already said he wants to save some money for some potential mid-season signings or trades. But there appears to be plenty of cash to spend at this point. We'll see what they do with it. Seahawks and Tua fan with a $2 super chat. Much appreciated, Seahawks and Tua fan. I'm curious what the context is, Seahawks and Tua fan. How did you choose between Seahawks and Tua? Do you like that Hawk Tua just spitting on that thing or something? Should we trade up for T-Mac? Let him slide to 18. I would not trade up for T-Mac, the star receiver from Arizona. I like him. He ran a very good 40 time, especially for his size. I liked the combination of him and Noah Fafita there at Arizona. They were terrific 1-2. If Fafita was a little bit taller, he would be an NFL quarterback, but he's a little small for this level. But T-Mac, if he's available at 18, I would certainly be open to that discussion. But trading up for him, I'd probably lean towards no on that, especially since you have JSN and Kupp. Wide receiver isn't your top need, especially giving up assets at 18 at this point. Mike Mack Choppin writes in, any chance the Seahawks could trade for Kyle Pitts? Well, I got to tell you, at the time of this recording anyway, Noah Fant is still a member of the Seattle Seahawks, and I'm a little bit surprised by that. He was somebody that almost everybody thought was going to get cut, but it seems like, at least for now anyway, we might have to circle back when June 1 comes around for the post-June 1 cuts. Noah Fant is still here. They can do better than Noah Fant. Noah Fant is overpaid and doesn't have enough production. Kyle Pitts had a fantastic season in 2021. Over 1,000 yards. He looked like he was on his way to being one of the top tight ends in football. Since then, he's been just kind of okay. I would be willing to move on from Noah Fant and give Kyle Pitts a shot because the production is better and he's younger and he's on a rookie contract compared to what we've seen from Noah Fant. I can't imagine you having to give up too much for Kyle Pitts either. I would like the idea of Kyle Pitts. Should the Hawks trade for Kyle Pitts? Y for yes, N for no, Y for C, N for no. Get in the comment section and let us know. I have a great deal because I'm a man of deals here on Seahawks Today. We have Cooper Kupp jerseys available now with free shipping. Yes, free shipping included, folks. What are you waiting for? These things are going hot. Look, it's going to get warm here pretty soon. You're going to be going to the cookout with your buddies. Maybe it's a lake day. And when you're hanging out with the boys, you want to show that you're the most loyal Seahawk fan. And the best way you can do so is by getting a jersey of a new player. He's home, folks. This is one of our own now. This is a jersey you're going to want to wear for a long time. Get the most out of. Cooper Kupp jerseys on sale now, plus free shipping at chatsports.com/cup to get yours today. Link is in the comments and description of today's video. Also have more merchandise at that same link. Go to chatsports.com/cup to get yours now. All right, we got time for a couple more here. Let's go to Mike. Trade up and make a move for Cam Ward? No. I like Cam Ward. I think he's clearly the best quarterback in this draft. But like when we talked about with Travis Hunter, it's going to cost you an arm and a leg, and you got a quarterback in Sam Darnold now. If you didn't have Sam Darnold, maybe. But you got Sam Darnold. No, you're not trading up for Cam Ward. Mike, try again. Boskin writes in, with John Schneider hatred for O-line, how many of our top 5 picks will be O-line? And would Grant be the most likely to be our first pick? I think Kenneth Grant from Michigan's a possibility. I'm hopeful that Tyler Booker, Kelvin Banks is going to be an option, but there better be. There better be multiple linemen drafted in this draft. We'll find out, but time will tell there, Boskin. I think there should be, but we'll see. Last question. The Seahawk fan Jay. Should we sign a defensive end? I thought there was an I there at first and said DEI or something there. The only DEI I know is Dale Earnhardt Incorporated. Raise Hail, praise Dale. Should we sign a defensive end? Well, you signed DeMarcus Lawrence. Maybe a guy for cheap or something, but you already made your big signing there. You already took care of that. I would be surprised if they spent a significant amount of money on another player like that, but we'll see. Time will tell. Appreciate you joining us here on this edition of Seattle Seahawks Today. For continuing Seahawks coverage, subscribe now for free. YouTube.com/Seahawks TV. Turn on notifications. We'll see you next time here on the channel. All right. Let's do another who he play for, folks. What's it going to be? Who he play for? Tex, who do we have here? A former Arizona Cardinal. So far I'm 0 for 2. Let's see if I can get better this time. Tex, who do we have up here?
We have, let's see. I'm going to butcher the last name, so pardon me for butchering the last name here, but Victor Dimu Yekje.
Not Victor Wembanyama.
No, sir. A little bit bigger than him.
Yeah. Victor Dimbu
Yekje.
Yekje.
I'm butchering it.
Okay.
I'm struggling.
Former Cardinal. Where did he sign? Chat, get your guesses in. I will not look.
I'll type it in the chat, too, in case I'm just saying his last name totally wrong.
Yeah. Tex is going to put his name in the chat. Who he played for. I am 0 for 2 today. Who did this guy sign with? The former Arizona Cardinal. Where did he go? Get your predictions in the chat of where you think he ended up. Oh, I don't know about this one. I'll be honest. I do not know. I have no idea where this guy ended up. I'm going to go totally out left field here. Let's give me a 1 in 32 shot to get this. Mm-hmm. Let me go Baltimore Ravens.
Nope.
Okay. How close was I?
Not close.
Not close at all. So that probably tells me he did not go to an East Coast team in the AFC.
Correct.
So he probably went to an NFC team.
In the East Coast.
In the East Coast. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Another guess here.
We narrowed it down. So.
Give me the Washington Commanders.
Right conference, wrong team.
Oh, right division?
Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry. Right division, wrong team.
Okay, one more guess. It's in that division, and it's not the
NFC
Commanders.
West.
NFC East.
Sorry. Yeah.
NFC Beast.
NFC Beast.
Let's go.
You said it earlier.
I said it earlier.
Yeah.
The New York Giants.
Yes, sir.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
We'll count it. 1 for 3 today. Did anyone in the chat get it? The Seahawks fan got it. He said Giants.
There you go.
And Seahawks on top got it. All right. So we got some ball knowers in here. Very good. All right, folks, we're just about wrapped up. We have finished our segments, but we can keep this show going for a bit if you guys keep on Super Chat. I will put a minute on the clock. If we get a Super Chat of any amount, we can keep the show going, stay live, keep on hanging out with you, answer whatever questions you got. We can even talk some college hoops. Tex, your Longhorns, big game tonight.
Big
Tournament Terry.
That's right. Big
and
game
the Horns
against,
taking on Xavier. How you feeling
Xavier.
tonight? Have you talked any smack talk to Seeps?
I was pretty cordial, pretty sportsmanly about it. You know, he's a Xavier guy, I'm a Texas guy. We got a little bit more Texas people here now with me and Coop and Justin. Again, 3v1, but we'll see. It's going to be a close game. It's like a coin toss to me. We'll see. The upside is if they lose, it's easier to fire Terry. If they win, it's a little bit tougher.
Do you believe in Tournament Terry?
Hell no. Hell no. Hell no.
We got a minute on the clock. Super Chat of any amount. We keep the show going. We stay live. Otherwise, we sign off and call it a day. Let's, while we're talking basketball here, picks to win the Natty. Tex, you filled out your first ever bracket, right?
Yes.
Who's your Final Four and who's going to win it all?
Let me pull it up.
While you're pulling that up, here's my Final Four, folks. Oh, Gingerbread Man wants to keep going. Shot clock stops. I hate to say my Kansas Jayhawks, Rock Chalk, will be eliminated in the second round. I have them losing to St. John's. But I have in the Final Four Duke, St. John's, Auburn, and Houston. And I got Duke beating Auburn to win the national title. That's my official prediction to win the national title. I can't wait. I love March Madness. Hopefully better things are ahead for the Jayhawks. We'll see. Gingerbread Man with a $20 super chat writes in. I seen an article talking about the recent trades. I haven't looked into the statistics, but it was saying almost every one of Geno's red zone interceptions was caused by Metcalf. Is there any truth to this? I don't know that for certain. It wouldn't surprise me if that was the case. But from my memory, if my memory serves me correct, a lot of those red zone interceptions were Geno just being a moron and not reading coverages correctly. I'm not so sure about that, Gingerbread Man, but maybe you know something I don't. Maybe I need to look a little further into that. But it's interesting, Gingerbread Man. Thanks for bringing that to my attention. Let's spin the wheel of punishment. What do you got, Tex?
I got my bracket up for after the wheel spin.
Oh, you're going to pull up your bracket for us.
I got you. I got it up right now.
Okay.
Let's wheel spin, though.
Let's spin the wheel of punishment. What's it going to be from Gingerbread Man this time? Spam. Here we go. Oh, we got a 5-minute shot clock, folks. This is everyone's favorite. For the next 5 minutes, we have shots. Shots of liquor. I don't think I've taken a shot today yet. We got Tito shots for $5 for the next 5 minutes starting right now. Let's see how many shots we could potentially take. We're at $91 in Super Chats right now. We got to get to $300 potentially for a boot. So we're going to stay live at least for the next 5 minutes to see how many shots y'all buy. $5 shots for the next 5 minutes as we continue here on Seahawks Today. $5 shot clock is on starting right now, along with a $5 beer cheers, $20 wheel of punishment, $50 two girls, one cup. Haven't seen anybody bite on that today. Pause. We'll see if somebody does. Gingerbread Man buys the first $5 shot. You guys love a good shot sale. You love a good shot sale. Here's the Gingerbread Man. How many of these are we going to demolish here? Gingerbread Man, cheers to you. We'll throw your super chat on screen. There it is. Thank you, Gingerbread Man. Oh. That's one down. Got 4 minutes to go. How many shots will I have to do in the next 4 minutes? Who do you guys got? Who's going to win the national championship? Who are you rooting for? Who's your team? I got Duke winning it all, but it's rock chalk. We are, folks, here on Seahawks Today, everyone that's watching this show, if you love me, and I know you do, you wouldn't be here if you didn't love me, you got to be rooting on Kansas tomorrow night against Arkansas. We got to beat the Hogs. We need a big win against Arkansas tomorrow. If you don't have a team, everybody here needs to be rooting for the Kansas Jayhawks. Simple as that. We need to become the new team of the 12s. From one Hawk team to another, everybody needs to be rooting on KU. Although, I'll tell you this much, prepare to be disappointed because they're not going far. $5 shot clock is on. 2 minutes gone by. 3 minutes to go. In the shot clock, first time Super Chatters get the Seahawks chant. $5 shot clock and a beer cheers. Here's a beer cheers for Gingerbread Man. $20 the wheel of punishment. $50 two girls, one cup. We're just over $200 away from potentially doing a beer boot, which is 3 beers in one. So, Tex, you have your bracket for us.
Yes.
Okay.
You want to hear my final four?
Yeah. Are you putting it on the screen or are you just reading it to us?
Oh, I was just going to read it.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. Okay. Yeah. Tex, tell me your final four predictions.
Yeah, I got you. So I have Auburn versus Florida. And then I have Duke.
A little SEC matchup just means more.
Just means more. And then Duke versus Houston. The 1 seeds facing off. All 1 seeds.
You went all 1 seeds?
Yeah. There's very few upset picks in my
Tex, you can't just pick all 1 seeds.
They told me
that's
out
a
there.
party foul.
They told me out there since it was my first bracket, I have a higher probability of hitting or being a top finisher. We'll see. I took a few picks that were not the higher seed, if you will.
What's some of your upset picks, Tex?
They're not upset picks. I think I picked I think Baylor was a lower seed, and I picked them or something like that. It wasn't anything crazy. Nothing out of the ordinary. I didn't pick any crazy upsets. I know I'm going to get burned for that, but that's okay.
Mikey in Houston, are you still here? Are you rooting for the Houston Cougs? Are the Cougs going to take it all? Another Mike in the chat says Houston takes that. I like Houston. Kelvin Sampson's a good coach. Kelvin's one of my favorites. He's a fellow Native American too. Coached at Oklahoma, and also coached at Washington State, Indiana. I like that. Mike says from Big Texas picks, I'll go Houston. Okay, so we got people saying Houston is their pick. Got about another minute on the shot clock. First time Super Chatters get the Seahawks chant. $5 beer cheers and a shot. $20 spin the wheel of punishment, and $50 will give you the 2 girls, 1 cup. Just a little over 200 away from getting to a boot before we potentially sign off here and call it a day here on Seahawks Today. But so that's Texas Final Four. My Final Four is Auburn, Duke, St. John's, and Houston, with Duke taking home the title. That crushes me to pick Duke, by the way.
What seed is St. John's?
They're a 2 seed.
Okay.
So I went with 3 1 seeds and then a 2 seed.
Gotcha.
Mike says, I'm not a basketball, specifically college basketball guy, but if Texas A&M isn't in it, it's all Houston, closest to home, baby. Hey, I like it, Mike. Can't go wrong with supporting your hometown team. I have A&M losing to Yale, and I think that would make Tex very happy if that happens.
Yes.
Lose to the Nerds.
Good. Aggies always losing makes me happy.
Oh,
Nice.
Gingerbread Man with a super chat. Right at the buzzer of the shot clock. So I'll take another shot for this. Gingerbread Man shouting out Gonzaga, the Zags. Do I have any Zag fans in here? I know we don't have the Huskies. We don't have the Cougs. I think we can all root for the Zags. Tex, I got something to send to you that I want you to put on screen if you can. I'll send you the link. Speaking of Gonzaga, I need to know how many people remember this. This is one of my favorite moments ever. And I tweet out this photo every year after Gonzaga goes down. Because Gonzaga has not won a national title in any of our lifetimes. Gonzaga Bulldogs shot courtesy of Gingerbread Man. Who all's rooting for the Zags? Do I have any Zag fans in here? Hardly anybody goes to Gonzaga. They play in a small arena. You know, it's a private Catholic school, but I feel like they're everybody's bandwagon team of the Pacific Northwest. They are not a mid-major. They are a true powerhouse. Cheers to the Zags. There we go. Who roots for the Zags? Nate's a Zags fan. Dan's a Zags fan. The Seahawks fan Jay's going for Ole Miss. Tay says I got faith in Houston. I'm shocked to see so many Houston fans in here. Here's the photo I'm talking about, folks. Oh, Adam Morrison crying like a little bitch. Oh, that was hilarious. Do you all remember that moment? Adam Morrison crying when they lost to UCLA? Adam Morrison. I hate that guy, to be honest. Adam Morrison. What a bum. And he was like the number 2 or number 3 draft pick and was just a bust. He was awful in the NBA. I can't stand Adam Morrison. Do you guys remember that moment? You guys know what I'm talking about? Yeah. All right. I think we're going to sign off here, folks. A lot of fun today. We'll be back again for a live show on Monday at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 o'clock Eastern. Do another live show Wednesday as well. And I will continue to bring you our daily news and rumors here on the channel. Any news breaks, we'll have a video. Might even have a live show for you as well here on the channel. For Big Tex, I'm Tyler Jones. Thanks for joining us, everybody.